So why don't I work on Saturday? Good question. Well, I was raised Seventh-day Adventist Christian. I went to Seventh-day Adventist University. My dad's Seventh-day Adventist, and those of us that I'll say go to church are Seventh-day Adventists. I actually don't go to church right now, to be honest, for many reasons, but I still honor the Sabbath. I think it's very important because that's what I grew up doing, and I found that it has had a lot of positive effects on my mental health as far as just having a day to reset, a day to focus on God. I find that the people who have honored the Sabbath, as far as business people, they've never suffered for it, in my opinion. I know that I'm in the hair industry, and Saturdays would be the day that, people are gonna make most of their money. But I'm making enough just fine opening on Sunday. And I find that when you stand up for what it is that you believe in, people will conform if they like your product. Where are you? I don't want to be a slave to my business. I don't want to be a slave to my customers. I want my children to not just say, oh, I know I had everything I needed, but I didn't have your time. So I really do hang out with my kids a lot. I think they are super cool. They're really funny. They've taught me patience. Oh my God.
You have to look for me.
Okay, I'm gonna look for you. Make sure I can't see your toes. Sawyer. Where's Sawyer?
Is Sawyer here?
You're such a good hider.
It's my turn, Kakam.
Like, they've really taught me patience, and I'm not a patient person. They've really taught me patience. They've taught me mercy as well, because sometimes I forget, they're only 2 and 4, and sometimes I just want them to be right and this and this and that. And I've had to really ask God for the grace to parent them, to really understand my children, to understand that they're different. I always have to correct my nannies. If I'm talking to my kids, sometimes I can hear them telling them what to say. Like, oh, say this. I'm just like, stop telling my children what to think or what to say. If they don't want to give me a hug right now, that's okay. I'm okay with respecting my kids' boundaries. I value their opinions, and I want them to be well-adjusted, confident young men and women that can be themselves. I don't think that children expressing themselves is rude. Do you want to go get a brush?
Okay.
Oh, where's the hairbrush?
I've got. I need to ask Daddy.
Is
Daddy,
that
I need a hairbrush.
Met Sharon, years ago, and we were introduced by a mutual friend. Okay, I'm spinning around now, I can't go back. We were reluctant to call each other, and after going back and forth, we eventually did, and we met on our first date, and ever since then, we've pretty much seen each other every single day.
What about the 4 a.m.?
The 4 a.m. I had dogs still this morning during my prayer meeting. I was like, amen, amen, hallelujah.
Sharon's very interesting in the sense of she's a go-getter, and she's always on the go. And in regards to business, she's very passionate about business. And once she sets her eyes on the business, she never stops until she gets to where she wants to go to.
I've always liked business. I've always thought it was pretty cool. And also, I've always been wanting to try stuff. I'm not afraid of stuff. Like, I remember when we used to live in GRA, everyone would start learning to drive at about 12, 13. So I remember my dad had just gotten this new Honda CRV. Back in the day, that was like a lit car. I remember it was gold. And I remember they used to only let me drive in the compound. And when I say compound, it was like, the entrance was like this. So I just used to learn to reverse and move the car around. And then eventually they started letting me drive on the road. So I now said, okay, I'm gonna drive to my uncle's house, this is our house, and his house was like around the corner. So I would drive, I drove down, turned the corner, everything was great, turned the corner. Now it was just to climb the little ramp and to go, to press the horn. I guess I just got my gas and my brake mixed up and I just revved it and boom, straight in. I remember he's changed the gate now, but as at 3 years ago, it was still the same gate. You could kind of even still see the mark in it or whatever. And I remember because we were going to Cotonou with him that day, and I remember hitting it in the gate, and my cousin, I just remember him like, I could see his face because the gate had opened. So I saw him like, yeah, who is that though? You know, that kind of thing. And in my mind, I was like, I'm dead. I'm not getting to go anywhere. I started kind of arguing with the driver because I insisted on driving myself back home. And I'm sure this guy was like, this guy is going to help make me lose my job. So anyway, I drove home and I went straight to my dad and I was like, Dad, come and have a look. I hit your car and I hit Uncle Wale's gate. I'm really sorry.
My name is Deji Adeleke. I'm the father of Sharon Adeleke, now Mrs. Sharon Ademefu.
And I mean, I know he was pissed, but I feel like he just kind of respected that I told him the truth. And I just came and told him immediately. So anyway, I left for the vacation. We went to Cotonou. And I think like the next day we got back, I was right back on the road again, you know. And I'm happy that, you know, my parents and my family encouraged me to kind of be like that because, you know, I've seen even with like my dad with work and stuff like that, he faces a lot of challenges and he just keeps on moving forward. Like he keeps on, you know, keeps on trying. He doesn't give up and he's always big on not giving up. He really, you know, pushes that we should keep on trying. And I think that has really been instilled in me as far as business is concerned.
Sharon has always been an independent child, even from when she was very little. She went to boarding school very early with her elder sister and cousins. She was the smallest in the boarding school. She went for an interview and the school waived the age limit and admitted her even when she was not up to the age to go to boarding school because she was sharp, she was smarter than her age, at that very early stage, and so she went to boarding school very, very early, and she has always been independent. She has always worked. When she was in the university in America, she had pocket money from me, but she had always had a job. Even in high school, I can remember Sharon had a job washing cars for people in England. She has always worked hard to make her own money.
How are you? Did you do well in your exam? Are you sure? They don't bring the results? For school, maybe you drop out for accountant or somebody. I hope so they know they build for your land now. Now these people are be okay. Basically, we always try and do stuff to help our community and give back. Because we take a percentage of our profit and we use it to pay people's school fees. So that little girl is one of the people that we sponsor. And then her mom's shop was not like that before. It was really, how would you say Mama Shamira's shop was? It wasn't okay, Sha. And every time it rained, it used to get spoiled. So we got them to build that structure for her. So I want to push the chair back and I wish I had pillows to stuff my back, but that would be the ideal situation. This babe, you can see I'm coming now. Take it easy, thank you. Ooh, someone's had a hard day. She is mad.
She worked a little while with me before setting out on her own. She saved up her own money. She started a creche in Lekki Phase 1.
So you guys, this is the creche. I'm a little bit sad, but I'm not really sad. I feel like it's just time to move forward. Hey babe, sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, let's go. Hi Lolade. How are you? This is Golden Tots and Babies. It's my kind of second business because I kind of launched the two at the same time, which is crazy. We've been open for about 8 years. This is the play area. So as you can see, we're putting together like a collage.
She moved into the BQ of the creche. I own a construction company, so we renovated the creche.
This is the administrator's office. As you can see, we've just finished renovating. When I come in to have a meeting with her, I'm like this. Yeah, tell me everything. How much? How much? No, I'm not paying for that. No, I'm not paying for that. It's actually, I think, the business that taught me about business, if that makes any sense. I really learned financial discipline. We're open for another month, and then we're closing it down, and we're going to revamp it to make things more convenient for us at Rona. I love it. I love what it's taught me, but it's not my passion. My real passion is wigs, hair, Rona, and I really want to give it a good go. And this is what I really need to get my business to the next level. You make heavy suggestions after doing, after making, do you understand? Remember the Range Rover?
Who drives it the most?
It's not about who drives it. I didn't come up with the idea.
When I actually started, it wasn't about any business. It started when Sharon was pregnant, and we were in the States for a while, and she needed to get her wigs done.
The first person I bought human hair from is one of my best friends. Her name is Tolu, and they used to own this company called the Indian Hair Market. And I remember buying a bundle from her, which is a joke between us because now my wigs have at least 7 bundles. So buying one bundle was an absolute joke. And then I had mixed it with some packet hair that I had or whatever. It was cool for the first look, but that's when I started really getting into hair. And then I now became obsessed with it. I would literally buy human hair at the boatloads. And then, I found that I wasn't working out. Ask most black women. You won't work out if you have a weave-in because it's gonna sweat out your leave out like your hair, so you're gonna get like poofy hair. It just damages your hair basically. And then I found this lady in America. Her name was Deanna, and she started using closures. She would sew it on top of my own hair, so it looked like my own hair was out of the hair, and then she would sew the bundles around it. So I remember I came back to Nigeria with the closure. Everyone was asking me about my hair. I was looking super cute. And so then I was getting ready to come back after I had gone on holiday, and I wanted to book another appointment with her. And she said, you know what, Sharon, don't do a sew-in. Let me make you a wig that I think it will be easier for you to use. So she made me a wig. I came, it fit perfectly. It looked beautiful. And I posted it on, at that time, BlackBerry Messenger was still the main thing. I posted it on my display picture. Everyone was asking me where I got my hair done. And I told them it was a wig, and they were now like, wow. So I went into partnership with Deanna, and I would get her clients from here. They would order through me, and I would get a kickback on it. And I continued to use her for a year or so, or 2. Then I got married, and then I remember when I was in the States, I was on bed rest to have my first son, Sawyer, my oldest. And I remember I'd been calling Deanna. I was like, Deanna, how's my wig? Is my wig coming? She was like, oh, I'm coming. So in the end, I now started like lying that I'm traveling next week. I need my wig tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And eventually it came, but I was just like, man, I'm just tired of waiting for the hair to come, because basically if I order from her, I have to join a queue. And when I would tell you, Deanna would be booked for like a year in advance because she was only the first few people that were doing it. So I went onto YouTube and I saw how people were making wigs then. And I asked my husband to go to the beauty supply store. I remember because I wasn't allowed to go out and stuff, even though I wanted to go by myself. He was like, no, let me just go for you. And he picked, the ones he could pick, bless his heart. And I had a foam head back in those days. And I did the head the way I could. And then I just started making the wig. And it came out really nice.
First time I heard about Rona Wigs was when I was talking to Sharon about my natural hair transition. I didn't always want to have my natural hair out. You want to kind of protect your hair. So I had some hair, and Sharon's like, oh, I'll make a wig for you. At the time, she used to make them for herself. It was a hobby. And I know that she had a baby, and then she went to America, and then she took this course and came back, and it became this huge business.
And then another person asked me to make a wig for them. And then my cousin asked me to make a wig for them. And then by the time I came back to Nigeria, I was thinking, oh, I would have really liked to do braids, but I didn't want my hairline to like break, so I couldn't do the braids. So I thought, okay, well, now I know how to do a wig. Why don't I just braid the wig? So then it will be like, it looks like I have braids, but it's a wig. And if you go back to my Instagram, my very first, I think it was like 2014 or so, it shows me posting, and my friend said, oh, you should just launch a business, just try. And I think at that time I had like $2,000, and I was like, okay, well, let me just try. And so I ordered a little bit of hair, and I launched on Instagram that I've started a new business. And so I was telling my friends, what should I call it? And she was like, it was my cousin actually, her name is Titi. They had come from the States for a wedding and they were at my house. She's like, oh, you should call it Rona Wigs because my name is Sharon, and then people used to call me Sharona, and so it was just like Rona, so that's how it came together. So I went to this hair salon once, and I was just being a bitch that day, to be quite honest, and I kept on like telling the girl in my head, please stop, I was just being mean. And she kept on being, oh, I'm sorry, Ma, it's okay. And I was just like, wow, this girl has such a nice attitude and all that kind of thing. So I told her that, oh, I now lied that I didn't have change to tip her. It was in my car, that can she come to my car? So I was not like, so how much are they paying you here? Do you want to come and work for me? And so that's how I poached her, and that was Rita.
My name is Rita Augustine. Before I start working with Sharon, we met at the former place I was working before. So meeting her, I would say, is a nice thing to me.
Rita was really good at braids, so she used to do the braid wigs, and then I was slowly teaching her how to sew the wigs.
The kind of person I work with is a person that even when she was pregnant, she cannot go to sleep. She always stays 24 hours.
This client, the one that I've been chasing for that money.
I thought your policy was like pay before.
It is, but sometimes you don't want to do that with people who you consider like friends.
There's no friends in business.
It all started in this house, and I usually come back from work and see them in the living room. I wasn't too comfortable. The whole place is too messy. So we decided, okay, fine, let me move them outside. We have a pool outside, which originally I converted into a living room. So I moved them into the pool, and from Rita, it became 2 other people. And also from there, she decided to move into the BQ at the creche because once again, I wasn't comfortable with customers coming to the house. From there, she was there for a couple more years, and we finally moved into the current location where we are right now.
My name is Fatima Okuku, and I'm the manager at Rona Wigs. I've been working with Rona Wigs for about 1 year now. We have the production room. We have the color room where we do everything color, and it's like a storage too. We store all the colors there, where we bleach knots for hair and all that. We have a bonus room where we do makeup, and we have a photo stand there, where we have different kinds of backdrop for photos. We have a store downstairs too, and then the showroom floor where everything produced are displayed.
Her staff might do the prepping work, but Sharon sits in a room and actually do all of the hair herself. So when I say her work ethic, a lot of people don't get to know her in that manner because they're a very private person. So I'm very fortunate to have a connection with her.
I went to like 5 different beauty supply stores, and I was just buying as much of the product as I could. I found a company that I liked. I'd ordered hair from them, and I just kind of got started. And I used to just kind of stay up all night, adjusting and fixing things and keep on correcting the problem until we came up with our own formula. After that, I think I rapidly went from 1 employee to about 15 because I was the only person in Lagos doing frontals at that time. So I started getting crazy orders from people.
My name is Jennifer Chimamadama. I learned patience, perseverance, and independence. I know lots of things that I didn't know before. So working every day gives me new ideas, new things.
My name is Ocheji Mano.
Ima has gone to eat. I trust him. Okay, no, leave him. It's okay, I'm going to go and eat mine.
Working with Madam Sharon, she's the best boss in the whole world. So working with her is wonderful. Like, this is the best place I've ever worked in my life.
So that's where we are now. But I'm ready to take it to the next level. It's time to get serious about this. I want to become a wig master. And in order to become a wig master, you need to learn the ins and out of hair texture, raw hair, hair sourcing, and actually physically making the wigs and the raw material yourself.
She went to training to start her wig line, Rona Wig, and I'm not surprised that she's doing very well.
My name is Bessie Dukodu, and I'm the proprietor at Flair Hair Academy. What we do essentially at Flair Hair Academy is turn the raw materials, raw hair, into finished products. And it's been fantastic having Miss Sharon over. She said she wanted to go to China to do certain things, but when she found out that I was doing the classes, she was cut out for doing it with me.
Oh boy, wish me luck. And the funny thing about this training, it always looks easier than it actually is. This is the bottom part, right? But what about this part?
She's a very passionate person. She has lots of energy. She walks into a place and the whole room lights up.
So I go increase your salary small. Small, not big.
I was really happy when she came here with her worker, and the same process she's learning, she wants the girl to go through the very same thing. I mean, that's something that is not common in Africa, I would say, because we're afraid that you train the person leaves you. So that about Sharon it's something that sticks for me, sticks out, and it's something that people should copy. It's very exemplary.
Imagine that, kilo fe ko ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá lọ. Imagine that, tó bá lọ. Imagine that. Hi, love. What's up? We're just wrapping up here. I'm heading. Okay. Go to daddy's. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I believe the next big thing in Nigeria is vocational education. I don't think people have the money, the foundation, or the time to go to university in a traditional way, only to be looking for a job afterwards. You know, I think this is the future, and I think that I have millions of people that I could change their lives and give them a career, as well as helping me to progress in what I want to do as far as becoming a mass provider of hair in the African market.
The best thing for business when you can be more than just the boss and you actually care about your staff members.
I can't wait to see what will come out of her business. Hair manufacturing is attainable. Like, she's going there already. She will do very well.
Thank you. Did you enjoy it? Yes. You've learned a lot, so we have a lot of, you know what, even though we've done it, we've got so, I just realized that it's attainable what I want to do, but it's a lot of work.
In regards to the business and our children, right now we have 2 boys. And obviously, the boys tend to lean towards the mom. So they spend a lot of time with mommy and see mommy doing wigs and makeup and stuff. And Sharon's always saying, oh, I can't wait for my boys to take over the business. I'm a little biased towards that.
Sawyer, do you think you'll ever work with mommy sometimes?
Of course.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
My thing is that my business is a construction business, so obviously I like them to be on site, carrying cement and doing all the manual business. In saying that, actually, a lot of the most successful beauty business is actually owned by men, funny enough. Whichever ones decide, okay, I like what mommy's doing, I like to get into the business side of the business, so why not? But obviously, right now I'm leaning them towards more manual site work.
When you stand up for what it is that you believe in, people will conform if they like your product.
It's very hard to find the kind of stylist that fits my criteria, per se, and she does.
Our wigs are so comfortable.
I wore it to a wedding yesterday, and I'm wearing it today again, and it just looks amazing. What else can I say? You can see for yourself. It's an amazing hair. So choose Rona Wigs, the only choice to go.
Don't you forget it.
I'm about to be rich.